Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a really quick video. I have been seeing people do their if I could only keep 10 palettes kind of tag video, and I wanted to do it for myself. I actually just sat here for like 15 minutes and tried to figure out. It was actually a lot easier than I thought it'd be. It's probably because so many of my palettes are kind of like really bright rainbow palettes and things like that, I don't know, I was able to select like my favorite formulas and which ones kind of stood out from my whole collection. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So I'm going to quickly start with my three kind of like neutral palettes. Two of them kind of toe the line between neutral and other, but this one is actually like a true neutral palette. This is the September Rose Brew palette. It is really gorgeous. It has deeper kind of fall toned neutral, so really rich browns and like mauves, some oranges, some like softer yellow colors, and I just think this is really nice. It's mostly matte except for these two shimmers up here, which are a really pretty formula. It actually had me wanting more shimmers in this palette, just because they're a really pretty kind of like almost chunky formula. I can swatch them real quick. And I like a intense kind of dimensional sparkly shimmer, so that's what those look like there. They're similar in tone. One's a little warmer, one's a little bit more of like a true yellow gold, but the formula of the mattes is insanely beautiful. It's really rich and pigmented, and I thought that one was a good like staple all neutral kind of palette. The next palette is the Dose of Colors Desi and Katie Friendcation palette. This one for me kind of toes the line because there are four kind of like neutrals in here, so basically four browns of different shades, and the rest of them are more colorful. There's like a matte kind of deep pinky color, and then there's this really beautiful intense shimmer, again really kind of like chunky and sparkly, so I will swatch some of those. Oh yeah, those are those two right there. Really pretty, gorgeous all over the eye. Honestly, that palette's really easy because you just can take a shimmer, pop it all over the eye, and then blend it out with one of the matte shades. And I think it's really versatile and really easy. The pigmentation is really nice, and the formula is great on both formulas in there. Next up is the Jackie Aina Anastasia Beverly Hills collaboration palette. This one I actually played with the last week because I feel like when I first got it, I didn't really put that much effort into using it. I was like, okay, it's a really pretty palette, but then it just kind of got lost in the shuffle. So yeah, over the past week or so I've been using this pretty non-stop, and I like this because it has kind of this half is more, you know, neutrals, and then this half has like some fun pinks and purples and things. Again, I really like this one because it's more of like a fall tone palette because there are some really deep rich shades in there, and I just think it's fun and it's very pretty to look at. The shimmer formula is really nice, especially on the shade Zam. It is so like, let me just swatch it. It is kind of like dry to the touch. Swatch it there. It's a really like pretty intense rose gold kind of shade, but it has this really pretty like glitter throughout it, so I really like that one. This is the most expensive one in my 10 palettes. This is the Natasha Nonna Safari palette. Mine on the inside, I will hold it upside down, is rearranged because I didn't like the original layout, so I switched my shades around, which is really nice about Natasha Nonna palettes. I mean, they should be really user-friendly for the price, but there are, you can see there's holes in the back where you can pop out the pans and then rearrange them. Yeah, so this is really nice. They're kind of muted, more like grungy neutral tones, and I think it's really pretty. I know some people have issues with this palette. They think it's not as like easy to work with as it should be, but I haven't really had any issues with it, and I've used it a handful of times since I got it, which is fairly recently. I haven't really used any of these lighter colors, it's mostly just because I don't think they're gonna work well on my skin tone. They're mostly going to be things that I'm used to like blend other shades out, but all the other shades for the most part are really nice. I just like the kind of depth and murkiness. I feel like these are really, really unique shades. So for that reason, and because it's nice to have like an all matte kind of colorful palette, like this palette really kind of toes the line between neutral, because there's purples, there's oranges and kind of yellows, and then there's greens and blues, but since they're so deep and like earthy, they kind of read more neutral on the eye. You know, they're not as vivid, so you can use these as kind of like the foundation for a more colorful look. And I just think it's really pretty. So that one also is gonna make it. And then these are my 5 more obviously colorful palettes. This one is the Glam Light Cake palette. This one's newer to my collection, but I wanted like a true rainbow palette, and I think this kind of hits all the marks that I need. And the shimmer formula in this is really, really pretty. So most of the like true rainbow colors are represented in here. There's no like deep matte indigo or even like a deep blue. This blue raspberry shade is shimmery and it's a little on the sheer side, so it'd be hard to do like a full matte rainbow eye using just this, but for the most part I think it's a good standard rainbow palette. And again, the shimmers, a lot of these I feel like I picked out for the shimmers. Let's swatch this one called Guava. Just kind of like a pink toned. Again, it has like, I don't know if you can even see that, but it has a really pretty like gold sparkle, and it's like a pink base. It's really pretty. I just like it, and it's shaped like a cake. But let's do this one. This one is also kind of a rainbow palette, but I've just been getting a lot of use out of this recently. This is the what's it called? Ruby May Street Art palette. It looks like this. And on the inside, mine is rearranged, and you can see this blue is kind of shattered and repressed. It still works really well, and I'm just getting so much more use out of this, and it's so, so cute, I think anyway. And this does kind of have more, it kind of adds to the Glam Light palette, because it does have that matte blue. It has like a really bright red. Let me show these side by side. If I can, they're both chunky palette. So you can see the Glam Light one doesn't really have like a bright primary red. It doesn't have that deep blue that I need. This one has like a more true orange. The one in the Glam Light palette is kind of more on the like corally side. It's called peach, but it's more of like a coral. And this one has a couple of oranges. So I do think these kind of complement each other. This one has like that soft kind of baby blue in there, whereas this one has just more like teals. So they are both rainbow palettes, but I do think they kind of like fill in gaps that the other one has. So there's that. This one is kind of a rainbow palette, but the tones in this one are so unique that I just had to include it. Plus it's really cute. This is the Sugar Pill Fun Size palette. This is what it looks like on the inside, and it has like kind of pastel neons in here. I really like this. I think this yellow is really unique. This green is really pretty. This orange is like bright, like it looks like orange juice. It's so pretty. So I thought this one was a fun one to add because like the other rainbow palettes, it kind of fills in gaps. This is the Nomad Cosmetics Harajuku, or Tokyo Harajuku palette. I selected this one because it has some fun pastel shades. I feel like most of the other colorful palettes that I picked out, the shades are very vibrant. Or in the case of the Natasha Nonna one, they're very rich and deep. So I wanted to get something on kind of the opposite side of the spectrum. So these are very soft and light. You could use this one in looks with the other ones. These would be like kind of accent shades or things to blend out richer colors with. And this one also has fun shimmers. Let's do this green. This is the shade Moshi Moshi, which is, the shimmers in this one are more like toppers. So there's that one there. It's kind of like a green with a pink purple shift to it, and it's really, really pretty. So I really like that palette. Second to last, this is the Lunar Beauty Moonspell palette. First of all, everybody loves this palette for the packaging. It's really, really cute. And then I love the shades on the inside, very pretty. And I just like the theme of this palette. I love witches, and I think these are really, really fun. I think these greens right here are really unique. The shade like Marnie and Bonnie are really cute. And then this one also does have some like neutral shimmers that you can use with the neutral palettes. And last but not least, this one is kind of controversial. This is the Colorpop Sailor Moon palette. I picked this one mostly because when I had everything laid out, I was just finding that there was like a little bit of a gap. There wasn't as many like soft light neutrals as I wanted there to be, and also I just like these mattes down here. They are kind of like a matte with a shimmer or like glitter throughout them. I know a lot of people don't really like that type of formula, but I actually really like it. I think it's really versatile and fun. You can like press it on top of a sticky base if you want that shimmer to show up, or you can swirl your brush in the shadow and tap it off to get the glitter flakes out of there. So it kind of works as both a glitter and a matte, depending on how you want to use it. And I don't know, I do like this palette. I know why people had, you know, their issues with it. I do wish it was more colorful because it's Sailor Moon. There was so much color in that show, and it doesn't really make sense that this is the inside of the palette. But that being said, I still do really, really like the look of it. So this is just kind of like a gap filler. Again, I mean, I guess they're all working together to fill in each other's gaps. But yeah, I just wanted some more softer neutrals. Just wanted to use this one because I like the palette, I like the concept, I love Sailor Moon, and I do think it was a good addition to what I have here. So that is everything. Those are all my palettes. If I could only keep 10, I would obviously be devastated to get rid of all my other palettes, but I do think these kind of cover all the bases that I would need for a daily basis, for fun makeup, for whatever I needed to do. So that's everything. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down and let me know how I could make it better. That's everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.